Desperately needed help is arriving in India. A plane full of oxygen tankers was urgently unloaded, as was this shipment of 100 ventilators from Germany and more life-saving equipment sent from France. With India's medical system strained beyond capacity, this is just a fraction of what is needed to address the raging crisis.
The situation is extremely grim. I mean, of course, there aren't any words that can explain the situation is extremely grim.
Knowing there may not be emergency help, some are taking matters into their own hands.
I'll show you something right now. Is it possible I can show you something?
During an interview on Rosemary Barton Live, this man who lives in New Delhi showed viewers what he carries in the trunk of his car, a much coveted oxygen tank.
I have my mother. She's old. I have my pregnant wife. I have to take care of everybody.
Amid India's grief, there is growing frustration. It is the world's largest vaccine producer, yet only roughly 2% of its population is vaccinated, with the rollout hampered by shortages.
When the cases started rising up, I thought government had a plan, but turns out they didn't. Within the first week, I understood that the governments have no idea.
And there's criticism aimed at the Prime Minister, who allowed festivals to continue despite the pandemic and held large election rallies. But the campaigning did not get him what he wanted. Narendra Modi's party did not pick up a state he campaigned in. The winner, the incumbent, a critic of how he's handled the COVID crisis. As more aid is sent to India from around the world, more actions are being taken to stop the possible spread of COVID. Starting Tuesday, flights from India into the U.S. will be restricted. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Washington.